Is it possible that David Schwartz is Satoshi? Guys, no cap. David Schwartz is one of the guys that I think, personally, now I'm not saying he is for sure, but I think that he is Satoshi. Now, we could speculate for days, like Dan Pena wrestling a bear, or who is Satoshi, who's not Satoshi. It could be anyone under the sun, and maybe we'll never know truly, right? But of the tweets that I saw, I remember with John McAfee saying if there was someone that would be Satoshi, it would be him. I believe that he was in some groups around Satoshi. Don't take my word for it, but I'm pretty sure that Schwartz has had some OG days. Nonetheless, he's an OG. Mel's encounter with Joe Katz and getting Mr. Schwartz to agree that it is plausible that he might be the main Satoshi Nakamoto. So what's going on here? Let's check out this clip. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. Links to all these are in the description.
I'll tell you the stories, and I want to see your reaction and your expression and your body language. Okay, check this out. 1988, you put the blockchain technology back in 2000 or something like that. You go to work for DARPA, am I correct?
No, I mean I did. I spent some time consulting for the NSA in 2000.
Okay.
2008.
And what happens in 2007, 2008, we have a housing bubble, right? And in 2009, you're still there. Bitcoin is born. Bitcoin doesn't work. It's too slow. It's too cumbersome. And then the only guy that can fix Bitcoin is Satoshi Nakamoto, a.k.a. XRP. No?
Well, so there's one problem with that, which is if you look at the original Bitcoin source code,
right?
It has a user interface implemented in Qt. I don't know Qt. So you have to add at least one other person.
You have resources.
Yeah, you have to add at least one other person to make it plausible.
Okay, but you might be the main guy.
It's not impossible. It's not true. I have the skill set to.
It's weird that he says it's not impossible, and he's about to say I have the skill set. Now, Satoshi could have also been a group. It could have been if we just put ultra tinfoil hat on, like it could have just been like old Ripple employees that are still with Ripple who were just like, yeah, we're Satoshi. Who knows? Like, I'm not saying for sure, but like at least it could be. But why is it that he's let's hear what he's saying here.
Do it. Awesome. But I didn't discover Bitcoin until 2011. I wish I had. Believe me, I'd be what? How much is Satoshi's Bitcoin worth?
63. What is it? How much is it?
How many million Bitcoin do people think he has? 20 million?
I mean, yeah, it's hard to look. I know the guy said looking at body language. I'm someone that pays attention to body language. I don't see anything that's like so fishy or anything. Maybe people are just like blowing this up for no reason, but him saying he's got the skill though.
It's not impossible. It's not true.
It's not impossible. It's not true, but it's not impossible.
I have the skill set.
I have the skill set.
Do it.
I have the skill set to do it. It's not impossible. What a weird choice of words. No, guys, like, why not just flat out deny it? No, it's not me. There's no way. Why would you say it's not impossible and I have the skill set? That's a little bit bizarre.
20 million? Someone said 1 to 2 million, right? Depending on how much of the early money you think was him.
Right.
So that's
one interesting point is that he mentioned about NSA. That's what I overheard. And like, obviously David Schwartz has, experience going back. And then the housing bubble like popped 08, right? So it's an interesting set of events, right? Because Bitcoin came out right after that as like a answer, a slap in the face to this corroding fiat and broken system economy that we're living in today, where a baguette will be $1,000. So it's hard to know, and I don't see anything that seems like blatantly obvious that he's kind of misleading or anything. It's hard from this video, There I would be focused like, where is his eyes going? But when he's like, believe me and stuff, I don't know. It's like he's trying to, this guy, like, I don't know. He's also kind of trying to he's trying to be convicted in his belief that like, no, I'm not, I'm not. But why say it's not impossible and I have the skill set?
That's what? $1950 billion? Yeah. What, at the peak? Yeah. Right now it's, so this is the crazy thing. Think about this. Imagine if you're someone in government.
Bro, he could be Satoshi. Is he? Guys, am I just capping? Is it just a nothing burger?
You're someone in national security. You're someone in law enforcement. You have a person who is a billionaire, like a multi-billionaire. Like, and you know what you can do with money? Like, look at the influence on politics that Elon Musk has.
100%.
You have somebody who has that level of money and power and influence, and you don't know who they are.
Right. Don't figure that
What their politics are, who they're aligned with, if anyone. That's crazy.
It's like buying freedom without knowing.
But imagine that. Imagine if you had an actor with that. And the weird thing is, though, his bitcoins have not moved.
Right. Well, they don't have to.
One thing I will say is what I've noticed. I'm going to mute it and let's look at his body. Okay.
Let's
get a great.
Okay. So I'm going to keep it muted so we can focus on his body language. Because, guys, he's pretty rigid here. Right? There's the eye contact, his hands in his pockets. You know, this guy's making clear like what he wants to do. He looks up, so kind of like thinking in cognition, memory. He's looking up like cognition, memory, recollecting thoughts. Hands in pocket. But I noticed that after the statements, he kind of, maybe it's just he's a big guy, you know, like he's got that extra fat. But I was noticing him kind of like gasping for a little bit of air and like almost seemed like he was trying to kind of add comfort. Humans, sometimes what we'll do, is we'll sometimes like grab our leg or do certain things to comfort ourselves. If we tell a lie, our body will react in ways that it manifests still somehow. But I don't know. I don't see anything that's blatantly like telling of like something that is not what he said verbally. But yeah, it's hard to know. Obviously at this point he's saying like, yeah, it's we see him talking about having the skill set. Yeah, so, you know, pretty good eye contact. You know, shrugging that it could be him, that he has the skill set. I think it was here where I noticed something that could be. Now again, I could be talking out of my arse, right? But you know, for the sake of analysis, you know, science, Bill Nye. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, I don't see anything that's blatantly obvious. I would say that maybe him looking at it, you could do a far stretch and be like, oh, he's changing the conversation to ease the tension. But like, I think it was here. Let me bust up the audio.
Someone said 1 and 2 million, right? Depending on how much of the early money you think was him.
Right.
So that's what? $50 billion?
Yeah.
My gut, and I could be so wrong, is telling me that he's shifting the conversation a little bit about price to ease the tension. But I could be so wrong and just be like completely wrong.
At the peak, right now it's, so this is the crazy thing.
But all I know is that just like, I don't know, he felt pretty comfortable, and then now it's kind of changed the subject about price and like, here's the crazy thing, like let me get your attention on this, like why can't we just stay on this? I don't know, it kind of changed in a kind of weird transition, but because no one really cares about price of Bitcoin and doing good with, like, I mean, obviously everyone cares about price of Bitcoin, but I mean in the context of that conversation. So I don't know. It could be. It could be like, I mean, he's obviously leaning here towards him a little bit more, maybe feeling a little bit of discomfort mentally in regards to the question that was posed and the because like, let's just say if theoretically he can't say yes, you know what I'm saying? The whole world would just flip upside down. So who knows? It's just very bizarre that he would say that he has the skills to do it and it's not impossible. Very bizarre. Very bizarre. Let's hear that one more time.
It's not true. I got it on video.
I have the skill set to do it.
Awesome. But
I have the skill set to do it. Very bizarre. Let's finish up with a few posts by this one by David Schwartz, he's been talking a lot about pushing for free speech, which I support. I believe that there should be freedom of expression and let the public decide, like as a town hall, like what they support, what they don't support. And he said, as many of you know, I sold 40,000 ETH at about $1 to put solar panels on a house I no longer own. That ETH was worth over 100 million shortly after. Crazy, bro. 40,000 ETH. And then MetaMan, this guy says, please provide us with how you got into Ethereum before the public pre-ICO. And why you cry about Hinman to Charles Hoskinson, yet you were an early investor See, this type of attitude is just ass. This attitude, I actually had to unblock this guy to see this post because look, like I just don't like it when people are why are you talking about David Schwartz crying? Like yes, and I guess that goes against what I just said, but like be civil, bro. Have some respect, you know what I'm saying? Have some respect. We don't have to be so gross and a saboteur with our discussions. David said, I knew Vitalik. He invited me to participate. I wanted to support him, so went in for 20 BTC. I didn't really ask any questions. It got me 40,000 ETH. I thought of it as helping an acquaintance. I think people really overthink and, crying about Hinman to Charles. Guys, I like ADA. I like XRP. I like so many cryptos. And let's not forget the direct alliance that has been formed with Ripple, XRPL Labs, Hedera, Algorand, all the others shows us that the guys, the businessmen, the Chads are working together. Omni-chain interconnected. Even with the former president saying things like there's many forms of crypto. Those are his words, not mine. He says there are many forms of crypto. He didn't just say BTC. So guys, I think XRP ETFs will come. I think that content by Michael Saylor is going to age like milk or like avocados. And we'll look back to that and have a scoff and a laugh at it. The future is going to be very bright for XRP and many other projects. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about Satoshi? Could David Schwartz actually be Satoshi, or is this just a nothing burger constantly? Let's finish up with the comments. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Let me know what your thoughts are. Did Mel just poke David? Unacceptable behavior, bro. Like, it wasn't even chill, bro. Chill, bro. I'm convinced he and one other person created it. Could have been a group. Could have been. But it was Jed's idea. Jed is Satoshi, mark my words. No, he said he has the technical ability to create it, but he didn't say found that Bitcoin. Yeah, so who knows? Maybe we'll never know. And maybe it'll go to zero. I don't think so, though. Is it possible? Yes, but I don't think it's probable. Don't think it's probable. We have to go with probability, not possibility in life. You know what I'm saying? I think that if it was to be someone, it's either Schwartz, maybe not, maybe a group of people, like a little conglomerate of people that are around him, maybe in that social circle, but just because of the experience and the age. Let me know what you guys think. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'm excited, XRP Army. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.